Hey everyone, it's Tracy Lynn from declutterinminutes.com. Today with another organizing inspiration video just for you. So I hope you're excited because today we are going to talk about organizing our medications. Now, when I say medications, I'm talking about any medications that you take, prescriptions, supplements, vitamins, and first aid. We are going to cover all of it in today's inspirational video. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back and relax, and let's get started. Okay, so as I said before, we are going to talk about organizing ideas for all of your medications. And I have scoured the internet for some great ideas from my fellow bloggers, and I hope that you find some of these useful. Now, remember, this is inspiration. Take what you like and incorporate that into your very own system. Now, before we start, first things first, we actually need to declutter what you have. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a second. Declutter medications? What does that mean? Well, we're going to go over that. And yes, you have to declutter your medications. And this is something you should be doing at least once a year, if not twice a year. So what that means is the first thing you want to do is gather everything together. So I would find a workspace that gives you room to work, a kitchen table, if you have a lot of space on your kitchen counter, or you can set up a table just while you do this project. Make sure you have lots of lighting and lots of room to work. Have a trash can ready, a piece of paper, and a pen. So the first thing you're going to do is gather up all of those medications. So you want to go to any place in your home where you keep a supply of pills. So that could be the bathroom, that could be in your kitchen, maybe in your purses. Check them all for any bottles that are in there. Look at your nightstand, your family room, your office. Go around the entire home and pick up every single medication, first aid item, or vitamin that you can find. Once you have everything in one centralized location, you will then want to declutter what you have out. So what that means is go through every bottle and check the expiration date and make sure it is still safe for you to use. If it is not, you will want to toss anything that is either outdated or no longer needed by your family. Now make sure you are disposing of these items in a way that is safe for the environment. And then finally, as you're going through the medications, you're going to notice things that you need that you're out of, things that may have expired 2, 3, or even many years before that. And what you want to do is make a list of anything that needs to be replaced, both items that you buy online, over the counter, or are prescriptions. Make sure you write everything down so that you're actually setting up an efficient system that will work for you and your family. Sort things out. So what that means is whatever pills you have left, we are now going to sort them into categories. And a few of the most common categories I would like you to keep in mind are any pills that you use frequently, items that you take daily, more than once a day, weekly, or whatever the time frame may be. Seasonal items such as flu and cold medications that may be used quite often in the colder months, or allergy medications that may happen more often in the spring and summer months. Then you have supplements and vitamins. You want to sort those off to the side. And finally, pain management. If you have additional categories, you want to get those done as well. You may want to use a Post-it note to label each category. So if you get called away to do an errand or something else, you can jump right back in to where you were without having to start all over. Take it one step further. Now, this is for the organizational part. So basically, we want to set up a system that works specifically for you. So that means is if you have a regimen of vitamin supplements or medications that you take daily, then you may want to invest in an organizer. Yes, a pill organizer. And no, this does not mean you're old. It just means you're efficient. So you may want to invest in a couple of those organizers to help you remember to take what you need. It is important to find organizers that fit the pills you need to take, and I'll have a couple examples in a second. or you can purchase multiple organizers for different locations. So if you have pills that need to be taken right before you go to bed, you may want to get an organizer and keep it in your nightstand specifically for those items. Okay, so for example, you may want to keep it simple, and you can buy these daily organizer pills right at the dollar store, but insider tip, you can buy them at Walmart for 3 cents cheaper. They're only 97 cents at Walmart. So anyhow, I would suggest buying more than one of these so you have a couple extra inside of your finalized system for your pills. That way, if you need one for a trip or for a different location that you may have not thought of in the beginning, you have them all there ready to go and start using. The most common locations will be in your bag. My husband takes this to work with him every day so that he can take his pills at his lunch hour. You can keep one next to your bed that we just talked about in the previous slide, or you could keep one in your own purse if you yourself work as well. Now, if you're like me and you have a lot of supplements that you take, you may want to get a more sophisticated organizer like this one. This one I purchased from Amazon.com. I want to say it was about $11, but it was a really great purchase for me because I take a lot of supplements and they need to be taken throughout the day. So by having this big organizer that has a small organizer for each day of the week, all 7 days, I can streamline my pill taking by morning, noon, and evening, and this works best for me. Now, I would take this one step further, and when you take a lot of supplements like I do, I have a little cheat sheet that I keep on the inside door, so when I open it up, I remember what needs to be taken with food, what needs to be taken with a full glass of water, and what needs to be taken in a certain time. And this just allows me to see exactly what I need to do, take the pills without having to pull out a bottle because I forgot what the guidelines are for each medication. Okay, and then finally, seasonal medications. This is also my setup because I tell you guys all the time, your organizing personality is something extremely important that you need to take into account whenever you're setting up a new system. So for me, simple is how I roll. The fewer the steps, the more likely I am going to keep up with it. And so bins are always where I go to first. So this is above my refrigerator. It's in a hard to reach place. So these bins are very sturdy. That way I can pull my medication bin out and set it on the kitchen counter, find exactly what it is I need to take and put it back again. Also, when I put the medication away, I just throw it up in there. I need simple, I need easy. I don't need a lid, I don't need a drawer. I just want something I could toss and go. And I wanted to show you my setup before we look at these amazing other options, just so you can see what a simple solution looks like. Okay, so let's talk about specific organizing inspiration for your medications. Now, this takes the bin idea that I just talked about in my solution a little bit more organized down. This is from the SavvySparrow.com, and she has things organized more specifically for her family. But the thing that I want you to notice is the great big labels. The reason why big labels are important is so that your family knows exactly what goes where, and you're not forced to redo this organizing system all over again. So use big labels so everybody knows where the locations are so they can put things away in the right place again. You can also do a bin for each family member. So let's say you have a child or a spouse that is suffering from a particular ailment, then you can set up a bin specifically for them that has all their prescriptions in there and all of their medications in there. It just makes it easier for you to pull things out and access them without have to sorting through a large collection of medications. And this is from AskAnnaMosley.com. You can also set one up for toddlers or infants if you have young children or grandchildren that you watch routinely. And again, it just is meant to make it more efficient for you to get things out and use. If you have a medicine cabinet, you need to use bins necessarily, but you can organize the location that you have available to you. So what onecrazyhouse.com did was she took metal sheeting and hot glued it onto the back of each shelf, and then used magnets to organize each section. And she used the clip magnets so that way she can move the labels as she streamlines things once she starts using it. And I really love this idea of using what you have instead of creating a system from scratch. You can also make it easier by just organizing by ages. So have a bin of adult medication and have a bin of kid medication. And this is from livingwellmom.com. She keeps her medications right in her kitchen cabinet, and that works great for their family and their situation. Don't forget the door. If you like her idea of organizing in a cabinet, use the door and put extra notes on there for you to see and know exactly where there are. You can use adhesive corkboard and push pins, or you can do what she did and use a magnetized material so you can put magnets on and hold your papers up. You can have first aid information, allergy information for each of your family members, or emergency numbers in case you need that. I love Lazy Susans, and Planning with Meg shows you exactly how great they are for medications. So if you don't want to use the pill bottles, totally understandable, then you could put a Lazy Susan right inside of your cabinet or right on top of your kitchen counter. Put the medications that you take every day right on there, and you can just spin, grab, use, and go. Super simple is this system, and that's why I like it so much. Or you can use labels that are clearly defined for each bin. This is just another mummyblog.com. And she has one for the kids. She has one for kids' wellness. This would be supplemental supports, cold and flu, vitamins, prescriptions, and one specifically for pain relief. Again, I hope you're seeing a trend with all of these organizing ideas, because you need to find what works specifically for you, for your family, and the time of life that you are in. Or you can use a combo. Pick and choose whatever these systems you like the most and set up one that works specifically for you and make it work in the area that you're hoping to organize as well. And then finally, you can organize by results. This is by simplyorganized.me, and she's got one for Glenn, she's got one for daily supplements, one for immunity support, one for energy and fitness, one for sinus issues, and one for eye issues. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about setting up travel organizers for your supplements and medications. So you can set up a small organizer for your purse for daily issues, give one for your husband's briefcase like we do in our home, and have a larger organizing system all ready to fill and go just in case you leave the home for a vacation or an extended period of time. We're going to look at a few ideas quickly just so you can see them in action. And this first one is genius, you guys. When I saw this online from AnnRedeker.com, I literally went crazy over this. I love this idea so much. I am setting up one for each of my kids because this is brilliant. I'm a visual person. I love easy. This can simply throw in my travel bag or in my pocketbook, and it can take it with me whenever I go. Cut the labels off the boxes so you can see exactly what pills are inside. Genius idea. I highly recommend that you use it for not only pills, but for supplements as well. Now, if you don't have a box for your supplements, you can make your own cards, or you can take a screenshot or a picture with your camera and then print that out and use that as your label. The easier it is that you make it, the better you are able to use it for the long haul. You can also use plastic baggies, and this is from simplyspace.com. I really love the simplicity of this idea. She's got a baggie for each category that she is organizing. So you could do a baggie for when in your purse, you could do one for your suitcase, you could do one for certain sporting events. And if you're traveling, you can take a couple of the small baggies and put them in a large Ziploc baggie and keep them all together. Sporting events would be like new skin, Band-Aids, and pads if you're a hiker, or waterproof Band-Aids if you're a kayaker. Let's see, other things that you could have, Tums if you have a young child that plays sports and they might get nervous from the game, things like that. Organize small baggies and keep them in your drop depart zone. So when you are running out the door for an event, you can just grab what you need and go. Hey, do you ever go to those makeup stands at the store and get a free makeup bag when you bought a purchase? Why not recycle those into travel bags for your medication? I found this on fortheloveofwanderlust.com, and I thought this was a great way to reuse what you already have as a medicine organizer or a first aid organizer. Okay, speaking of first aid, let's discuss ways that you can organize your first aid supplies in your home or in your car. And these organizing ideas are meant to inspire you so you can create one of your own. Now, first, this is a little bit of organizing first aids on steroids. This is from gettingmyhealthyon.com, and this is done at a tackle box. Now, I'm assuming this would work great for the super active person or family. You can set up a tackle box that covers all the categories of things that you need. So if you're going camping, if you're going on a long hike, if you're going on a date kayak trip, you can just grab the whole tackle box and go. You can put it in your car if you're taking a road trip and have everything ready to go right there. Do not keep things in your car year round because of the weather and temperature changes. You are going to risk the integrity of the items you have inside. So make sure that you're keeping things in the house where the temperature is regulated and then taking it with you when you need to travel. You can also do a first aid kit in your house, and this is just a keep it simple solution that you can use from simplykirsty.com. She just used one of those drawer organizers and she kept it simple. Basic first aid, bandages and tape, and ACE bandages. And she has it right on a shelf in her linen closet. You can also set up one of those small travel kits like we talked about for the medications, but find one that has a little more leeway for bigger items such as insect repellent or first aid creams for any bug bites that you get. Then she's got Tums, she's got Benadryl in there, and she's got pain relief in there. And this is nice and small. She could fit it in a backpack. This is from 100thingstodo.ca. She could take it to soccer games, to traveling, to hiking, or just an outing with friends. It's small, it's compact, and it's a great solution if you need something that's simple to take along. Now, with all of these ideas that I gave you, I just want to do one final reminder before we end our little presentation. Number one, choose the ideas that appeal to you most. Number two, mix and match any of the ideas and make it a system that works specifically for you. And number three, start out using it and then tweak it as you put it into action. It doesn't mean whatever you choose when you set up a new system is set in stone. No, this is a living, breathing thing. It needs to grow with you, your needs, your wants, and the time of life that you are in. So make that your starting point with the idea that you can always tweak it as you put it into action and you find what works. And then you also find what needs to be sorted down just a bit more. And again, you can always find these ideas and even more at declutterinminutes.com. All right, guys, I hope you found some amazing ideas for organizing your medications, supplements, and first aid items. Use this as the inspiration that you need to create a system that works specifically for you. Have a great day. Happy decluttering, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.